This is Karthik 2201 CS34 and my partner is Dheeraj. This is DBMS Endsem project.
Now here is our website. Our server is currently not running, so let's start our server. As you can see, our server has started. Now let's check our database. As you can see, the database is empty. Now let's go to our website. Let's start filling it with fake data. As there isn't a user, let's first sign up. Now let's enter the captcha. So our login is successful. So let's log in. Now, as we don't know our credentials, let's check it. It is saved in sample. So our username is AR81. And our password. Now let's log in. So this is our first page asking for personal details. Let's fill it again with fake data. Now, as you can see, it's asking for an ID profile. Now let's take some random PDF and upload it. Now submit. It's asking for our education qualifications. Let's keep filling the forms. As you can see, I haven't typed the Google's following. That's why I got an error. Now let's type it and submit. Now here it's asking for a bunch of files. Let's keep uploading. Let's upload PDF and Python and a bunch of other format files. Now as for the remaining, let's again fill it with fake data. Now submit. And this is the final page asking for password change or your data. Now let's check our database as we filled it with fake data. Let's refresh it. As you can see, it's filled with documents. Now let's go to individual documents and see. So this is our first page. Refresh it. As you can see here, it's filled with research experience, employment. Uh, it's sorted, and now let's go to the files. So here is our file uploaded. We have uploaded a Python file, hence it's text/x-python. Now this is the functions, the limit. Like our current file length is 482, and it's stored in a single file whose max length is 261120, which is 255 kilobytes. If it's more, then it's stored in another one with n equal to 1, n equal to 2, and simultaneously so on. So this is our database with all the required data. Now let's go to my code. So here we have used a bunch of libraries. Fast API uh, is our backend, and Ubicon is a server. Now this middleware is for giving access for the front end and backend. Now GridFS is the one that stores files in binary format, and this GRI is a area of GridFS. Now these page one, page two represent different collections or different pages data. Now this SMTP is for sending a mail for changing password. Now let's go to the first page. Here we take the data from the form. As you can see, it's sending the data to this link, and it's a post method. And similarly, the route used is a post method, and the same route is used. So this is our data. We are checking if the session is active or not, and then checking if the user data already exists. If it exists, then we are updating it based on this. If it doesn't, then we aren't. Now this application offset stream is for when we don't upload a file, it automatically takes a file with 0 bytes and content type application octet stream. So that's why if we aren't uploading, then we aren't changing the file ID. If we are, then we are changing the file ID and the file data. Now this file here we are getting the data using the GridFS from the backend. We are encoding it in base64 format and setting the content type and the data to the front end. Similarly for logout removes the session, ends the session, and the other pages are in a similar format. We take data from the form, we put it in a JSON format, some variable like all underscore data, send it to the front end, send it to the backend. If the data already exists for that user, then we update it. Else, we just simply insert. And for going to the next page, we are using this. So this opens the fourth page.html file in the front folder, which is here, and gets the data from it, reads it, and sends it in HTML format, HTML response. And we go to the next page. And similarly, for session creators, whenever we are loading the page and the data of the user already exists, we need to display the existing data. Let's see. Now, as you can see, we can lose the information. Even after loading, we are still having the data. That is because of this session. As you can see, it's a get request session 6, and before it, the post request which we have used. Now here JS is a JSON with just status true. Here we are collecting all the data from the backend, and as we get it in a dictionary format, we are uh, updating the JSON in K key and value format. If it's an object ID, like here, object ID, which is used to define the file stored, which isn't required, and so we are removing the object ID instance and updating everything in a JSON file and sending it to the front end. Now let's check a page. Now this is my CSS and this is the form. As we can see, whenever the window is loaded, this check function is run. So as you can see, the session file, we get the data from the backend, and here is the dictionary or an array of strings. So as every box in the form has an ID, which is nothing but something from this array, some value from this array, we are updating it with from the backend. From the backend, we get response. From the response on making it a JSON file, we get data. Now in each data, let's go to the backend session file. So data is nothing but this JSON file, and this is the key. So data.membership of professional societies, and the remaining the JSON one, we get it in form of dictionary or an array. Hence, we are using it inside a bracket, unlike this dot membership, and the values in the boxes automatically get updated whenever it's reloaded. For logout, we are sending it to the backend and moving our page to the initial login page. Now let's download a file. Now let's click on this.